मवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ श्री साईश्वराय नमः ॐ श्री साईश्वराय नमः ॐ श्री साईश्वराय नमः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः offering our collective love at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri 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 Satya Sai Baba Varu. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. May we all be together. May we all be nourished together. May we all work together with great vigor. May our studies shine and illumine our intellects. May we not contradict or conflict with each other. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. Can you bring up the bottom? Oh, what? You're a co-host, no? Internet co-host.
No, yeah.
Now check. No, well, one more. Always go one more. Start with Tat Savitravarenyam. You can chant if you can, please.
ॐ तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् तत्सवितुर्वृणीमहे वयं देवस्य भोजनं श्रेष्ठगुं सर्वधातमं तुरंभगस्य धीमहि अपागुहत सविता तृभीन सर्वान् दिवो अन्धसः नक्तन्तान्यभवन् दृशे अस्त्यस्नासंभविष्यामः नाम नामैव नाम मे नपुंसकं पुमागं नपुंसकं पुमागस्त्र्यस्मि स्थावरोऽस्म्यथ जङ्गमः यजेयक्षियष्ठा यजेयक्षियष्टाहे च.
Very good. So in the last class, we finished the 50th mantra and the first two lines of the 51st mantra. These mantras conceived or seen by Syavashva are some of the most powerful mantras in Aruna's Prashna. Syavashva meaning the one who is subtler than breath. Ashva here represents the prana. Prana. Prana is the one that is constantly moving like Ashva, like a horse. It is moving. Syavashva means the one who is subtler than prana. It's very important that we understand all this. Otherwise, we think some Rishi has composed these. How do Vedas become eternal? How do Vedas become Sanatana, eternal? Why Vedas are Apaurusheya? Why they stand the tests of the time and not linked to any particular religion, but to fundamental existence, awareness, and bliss, the truth, the bliss, and the beauty. Why all this applies to the Vedas and not to any other scriptures? Every student of Veda study should have this perspective crystal clear. Then you get inspired not only to learn and practice, more importantly, but also you feel inspired to spread it without any barrier of whether they're Brahmin or not, whether they have Sandhya Vandanam or not, whether they're a woman or a man or not, whether they're a child or an adult, whether they're a Hindu, Muslim, whatever. All these will dissolve when you truly understand what these mantras are really representing. You might have heard me said this over and over and over again. But the following mantras by Shyavashva are so powerful. As I said every time, no preamble for a class is wasted time. Every preamble for a class is the executive summary of the particular session. Then only the class starts. You are keen to just jump and learn the mantra and chant all of that stuff. But before you jump into the pool, you need to know whether you are able to swim and what is the depth of that water, just so that if you are unable to swim, if you are not an expert, if you are an expert swimmer, then you don't care about the depth. You just dive in to the ocean of devotion, go deep into it to collect the gems that are hidden in the depth of that ocean. If you are not at all a swimmer, you will only stay at the seashore collecting shells, clam shells, dirty algae, all that stuff will come around your feet. So in life, you have to decide, do I want to be just a walker on the beach, or do I want to go depth into that? What is it that I get benefit by studying these Vedas? The first and foremost benefit, I will tell you, the first and foremost benefit is that your speech will be pure. The walk, the vibration that is generated if you chant perfectly will purify your speech. As the speech gets purified, your prana gets purified. As your by purity of speech will purify the prana, share it with your students about this, why you should chant Vedas. What is the physical and relative benefit here and now that you will get just by chanting Vedas, not any other scriptures, only Vedas. First, it will purify your speech. When it purifies your speech, speech is coming because of the combination of two things in the body. One is a heat, the other is the air. Because of their samyoga, because of their coexistence, vibration walk is generated in the voice box. So therefore, chanting the Vedas will regulate the heat and the breath in the body. And as it becomes subtler than that, it becomes the thought. As it becomes subtler than that, what it would become? I won't answer, you do the homework. And this so-called expressed Vachya and Lakshya, I just posted in the status the translation of this beautiful poem by Professor Boddupalli Purushottam, Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Vachyardha is the literal meaning. Lakshyardha is the implied meaning. As the mind goes subtler with this, it purifies the mind, it purifies the intellect. And when the mind and intellect are purified, the prana, the breath is purified, then you are able to grasp the exact truth behind that mantra, which is unchanging, which is changeless. The truth behind that, when you connect to the changeless truth from impermanence, your intellect will be staying in permanence. The essence of it is that as you learn these mantras and go deep and deep from Vidmahe, knowing, to Dhimahi, to understanding, to Prachodayat, into awareness, your lower mind will become the normal mind. Normal mind will become super mind. Super mind will become supra-mental mind. Supra-mental mind then dissolves in the universal awareness. You become immortal. All these aspects are going to be laid out phenomenally in the next set of mantras. This is the executive summary. So what, sir? I don't want to become immortal. No, I don't want to become immortal. Forget about immortality. I'm happy where I am. Who cares about immortality? I want to eat, I want to sleep, I want to drink, I want to die. This is all what I want to do. I don't want any of this stuff. That's a fair point. Yes, you can make the choice. You can make that choice. Then what will happen to you? Your mind will go up, it will go down, and you are subject to this incredible swings of the pleasures and pains of life, and you will be like Swami says very beautifully, like a mouse in a murdangam. When you beat on this side, you run on that side. When you beat on that side, you run on this side. You will get fatigued, exhausted with the problems of life. Who doesn't want to be happy? And that happiness has several gradations. So, with that as the preamble, the Rishi Syavashva, who is subtler than prana, that is the meaning. He has seen these mantras, drashta, the one who has seen these mantras. Don't think that these rishis have composed these mantras. They have seen these mantras, the vibrations that are already existing in the universe and will exist forever in the universe as vibrations. Every particle in this universe is nothing but a vibration. And when you actually conceive that vibration with the subtler and the subtlest of the tools that you have, which is called Medha, that is, it's called Medha Suktam, then it will show its form right in front of you. You don't have to take a book, go to a guru, read something, you sit, and then you begin with a pure, unsullied, steady, clear, absolutely phenomenal instrument within us called Medha. The mantra, the vibration will reveal its form as if you are able to see something which cannot be seen. And such, when it is now converted into Pashyanti, that para becomes Pashyanti, that Pashyanti gets manifested through the medium of sound, which is in combination with the heat and the prana in that particular being. And then it became Vaikhari, Vacha, or Vak, that is heard, the audible sound. Everybody who is teaching Vedas in this forum, take this 10 minutes and send it to all your students, please, so that they really understand what is the purpose of Veda study. It is not simply to show off how beautiful you chant. That is the very, what we call superficial. Chanting with perfection, honestly, is the most superficial, the very first aspect of. That's where it starts, not where it ends. Then what will truly the purpose of chanting this Veda Udharana happens. Vedodharana means not spreading Vedas. Hello. Bhagavan Sri Satsai Baba did not come to spread the Vedas. First erase that. Satchidananda Swarupa Paramatma has no action item to perform, no mission whatsoever. He is telling you Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Why will he have an action item to perform? He is saying Veda Udharana, to lift this awareness from the gross to the subtle, to the subtler, to the subtlest, to that which is all pervading undifferentiatedly. For that purpose, you have undertaken Veda study. You see the name also, Veda study as the name. I did not know that this body did not know how it was conceived. When it becomes Sankalpa, everything will be in perfection. You will not even notice that perfection until much time later, or when your mind and intellect are prepared to receive it, it will happen. Now please bring it up. Tat savitar varenyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yonah prachodayat. The Maha Mantra, Gayatri Mantra, the Rishi starts with that Pranopasana, Gayatri Mantra. Then he says, let us all collectively now experience this beautiful Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat, the most supreme effulgence. Let us all be in it and be collectively illumined by it and be collectively experience that. Then what happens? As that prana, as that gross breath begins to get withdrawn, becomes subtle and subtler and the subtlest, apaguhat savita trubhin sarvan divo andhasaha naktantanya bhavan drishe asthyasthna sambhavishyamaha. What an incredible, beautiful way of demonstrating with a metaphor. As this movement of the prana gets withdrawn and you go deeper and deeper and that gets withdrawn, then slowly you will begin to see the stars that are lit up, which seem to have been hidden under the movement that is constantly happening with life, which happens. Life starts when the Savit is out, and that Savit becomes coming out will create movement. Even before he comes out, the movement is happening. And that movement is, you can see in the nature, all the birds, everything already making sounds, getting ready to get out and start doing their life-related work, and so busy for the next 8 to 10 hours. And in that process, all that movement, Savita Trubhina, hides the stars. And what are these stars? The stars are the lights that are there already. They cannot be seen now. Why the depth of all of this? Just as I talk about it, it gives the inspiration to how the Rishi is actually articulating something which only a pure intellect can grasp. You will not get the meaning of this only if you know the meaning of the words Asthyasthna Sambhavishyamaha. You have to sit and meditate, and you have to take this mantra and then completely still intellect. You are begging this mantra. Please show me exactly who you are, what you are. I am yearning for your darshan. And then all these little stars which have light in them, they light up. When all this life activity is withdrawn, life is not gone, but the movement of this light is withdrawn. So when it is withdrawn like that, see what will happen? Somebody will read this. This is apaguhata savita. All of this meaning is completely hidden within the mantra. It is hidden. It won't be obvious. And then you read this mantra, stars coming up in the night and then going up in the day. What's the big deal here? Why do I need to learn Vedas for that? Oh, maybe because I am so evolved now, I understand this. These rishis, who are ancient, They did not know that the stars were there during the daytime. Therefore, they composed it like this. Now, all of that completely, it is hidden. All the meaning is hidden from that gross mind, which only can relate to the gross world. To grab the subtle and the subtler and the subtlest, the stool should also become that. Otherwise, it won't grasp. Nama nama eva nama me. Hey, what is all this? This prana that is covered by a name is just a name. But this prana that is present in all the beings is nothing to do with whether you are your gender whatsoever. Your gender is not important. Sthavara, Jangama, that is also not important. Whether you are moving or unmoving is not important. It is present. Not important means it is independent. It is not dependent on those criteria. What is not dependent? The life, the prana, that is the subtlest, is independent on gender, is independent on movement, is independent upon time, because it was there, it is here, it will be. Without orienting your mind to that, the rest of the mantras will not make sense whatsoever. You can even go read Vidyaranya Bhashya or Shainacharya Bhashya, whatever Bhashya you read, that's another way of trying to get blind leading the blind kind of a thing. They will help. But first you have to have the pure intellect. That's the reason why 400 people sign up, and after a few classes, only 40 will remain. Because this is not for ordinary minds, you see. A ordinary mind will get fatigued. Because it is incapable. It is capable, but it tells itself, I am not capable. It has the potency, but it won't want to take the. It's like I don't want to swim here. You know what? I don't care about swimming. I'll just share, see here at the seashore. The actual beauty of the sea is in the sea, not outside of the sea. If you go deep into the sea, then you will see, oh my God, how much creation is existing below the sea. What is existing outside the sea is the dirty algae, the shells, the crabs, all that stuff you are watching. Maya bhutanyakshata.
Maya
Bhutanyayakshata. Maya bhutanyayakshata.
Maya bhutanyayakshata.
Maya bhutanyayakshata.
Maya
Pashavo mama bhutani.
pashavo mama bhutani.
Anubandhyo. Okay, 1 second. Where is my? Anubandhyosmyaham vibhuhu.
Anubandhyosmyaham vibhuhu.
There you go. Maya bhutanyayakshata. Pashavo mama bhutani. Anubandhyosmyaham vibhuhu. Those are the 3 lines. Let us look at those 3 lines. Om Maya Bhutanyayakshata.
Om Maya bhutanyayakshata. Maya bhutanyayakshata.
Pashavo mama bhutani.
पशवो मम भूतानि पशवो मम भूतानि
अनुबन्ध्योऽस्म्यहं विभुः
अनुबन्ध्योऽस्म्यहं विभुः अनुबन्ध्योऽस्म्यहं विभुः
मया भूतान्ययक्षत पशवो मम भूतानि अनुबन्ध्योऽस्म्यहं विभुः
मया भूतान्यय
मया
oh, sorry. मया भूतान्ययक्षत पशवो मम भूतानि अनुबन्ध्योऽस्म्यहं विभुः मया भूतान्ययक्षत पशवो मम भूतानि अनुबन्ध्योऽस्म्यहं विभुः.
Now the words and the meaning, literal meaning. Vachyartha, then we go to Lakshyartha, and then when we go to Paramartha. This Maya, by me, Maya, by me, Bhutani, all the beings, Akshayata, they becomes indestructible. Mama, my, Bhutani, 5 elements of the nature, Pashavaha, became all the beings. Aham, I am, Vibhuhu, the all-pervading. Anubandhyaha, then closely associated with Asmi. Then I became closely associated with all the beings. Mama, Bhutani, Ayakshata. Mama Bhutani, Ayakshata. Means by me, all beings became indestructible. By me, all beings became indestructible. Means the indestructible nature that is present in everyone is me. Everything else is destroyed. I am never destroyed. Now, what are all these beings, sir? What are all this creation that I am seeing? Oh, that creation, all these beings that you are seeing are my 5 elements, Panchabhutas. That's why it's called the Prapancha. Pancha is 5. Prapancha, manifestation of the 5. The creation is the manifestation of the 5. In that creation, which is the manifestation of the 5, I am indestructible. Means all these 5 elements comprising this being will go away, but that I am, which is all pervading presence in the beings, that will stay. And I am that all pervading presence in all the beings. And that all pervading presence gets closely associated. That is it. Hello. Vibhuhu. Vibhu means the all-pervading. Uti means presence. Vibhuti means the presence of the all-pervading presence. Presence of the all-pervading. Presence of the all-pervading. If you want to bring it into one word, it is called Vibhuti. Colloquially, how this Vibhuti has become this Vibhuti, we think is what is we smear on the head and what materializes from a picture of Baba. And that's it. Our awareness is stuck in the gross. We are stuck with the gross. You never ask the question, why is that Vibhuti so important? What makes this Vibhuti so important? Why should I wear this Vibhuti and why should I wear it as a tripundram, like a Wi-Fi signal? Why I have to put this thing on the forehead? What makes all of this even meaningful? Okay, I'm very happy you are at least in the gross, no? At least to understand what is Vibhuti and you know the importance of it, to wear it. That's great, but that's a good start. When you understand these mantras now, you understand what is this Vibhuti. When you listen to these mantras, when you listen to these mantras, I am the indestructible in all the beings. All the beings are manifestation of my 5 elements. I closely get associated with these beings as the all-pervading essence. That is what those 3 lines are actually conveying. What shloka comes into the mind? A complete silence. Complete silence.
Devi Sukta.
Sai Ishwaraya Vidmahe.
It's okay. If you say Sai Ishwara Vidmahe, then I want to ask the question, what is it about presence he is talking in that and all those things? But Sita said very beautifully, Devi Suktam. But that is at a learned level, Devi Suktam. I'm asking for a common person. Every one of us know this. Should know this.
Paramam Pavitram Baba Vibhuti.
Paramam Pavitram Baba Vibhuti, no. That is, it's talking about how auspicious the Vibhuti is. I am the presence in all the beings. I am closely associated with the bodies of all the beings.
Ishana Sarva Vidyanam Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam.
That is talking about the all omniscience of God, which is present in all the beings. Ishana. That is another one that could be interpreted, yes. But even that is a little bit elite. Not everybody learned Shivopasana.
It's Gayatri in the Bhurbhu Suvaram.
That is nothing to do with this. It's only talking about only the intellect that to be illumined. It's not talking about aham, I am present. Sita's answer is higher level. Aham rudre birvasu vishcharam yahama adityairuta vishwade evai aham mitra varunobha. That is Devi Suktam. That is the highest. Yes, that can be interpreted as this. But even this is even more simpler. The moment I say the answer, we say, one more clue.
Shuklam Bardar.
Aham Vibhutya Bahubhi.
You chant it before you eat food.
Brahmarpana. Aham Vaishvalaro.
After I said that, anybody can say it. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninan Dehamasritaha. Whatever those two lines are conveying, this mantra is conveying. Maya Bhutanyayakshata Pashavo Mama Bhutani Anubandhyosmyaham Vibhuhu Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninan Dehamasritaha. The rest of the two is what will that Vaishwanara do? That functionality is describing. I am present in all the beings. And I am that indestructible Vaishwanara. And I am closely associated with all the bodies, all the beings, as that Vaishwanara, as the prana. Pranapana samayuktaha. How many times I told in the last few times, these are pranopasana mantras, these are pranopasana mantras. Shyavashva is talking about the prana. Again, I don't ask questions to put you on the spot. If I keep talking, this speaker keeps talking, it will convey only one meaning, that the speaker knows a lot. But let me assure you, speaker doesn't know any damn thing. This speaker doesn't know any damn thing. No Sanskritam, no nothing, absolutely zero, zip. I am grateful to you because of this collective awareness that brings about that consciousness together. So making sure that we are all in it together, Sahana Bhavatu. That's the reason why those questions are asked. Not to put anyone on a spot or to insult anyone or intimidate anyone. Nothing. None of that stuff is your own mind making. You can go think whatever you want with that. But the intent is pure because it's only focused on the content. How do we connect to the content together? Then you have to bring something that is in common awareness. Common awareness, when it is brought together, then everybody will, oh, right, that is what he's saying. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninan Dehamasritaha. Then I am associated with the bodies of these beings. Why am I associated with that bodies as Vaishwanara? Prana, Apana, Samayuktaha. In order to balance the life forces within us, he is present as Vaishwanara. Pachami, Annam, Chaturvidham. Then I am consuming the 4 types of foods that are being offered to me. To me who I am is consuming everything. And who is that I am? Brahman, Brahmarpanam, Brahma Havihi, Brahma Gnau, Brahmana Ahutam, Brahmaivate Nagantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. First you are invoking that Brahman, and that Brahman is responding, yes, I will consume what you have given, and I will make sure that these 4 types of consumables that you have put inside me will be balanced to give the appropriate prana. Maya bhutanyayakshata pashavo mama bhutani anubandhyosmyaham vibhuhu. Then next go to the next 4 lines. Striyas satihi.
Striyas satihi.
Next. Okay, yeah, we will continue to the first line of number 52. Striyas satihi.
स्त्रियः सतीः
ता उमे
ता उमे
पुगुंस आहुः
पुगुंस आहुः
पश्य दक्षन्वन्
पश्य
पश्य दक्षन्वन्
पश्य दक्षन्वन्
न विचेत दन्धः
न विचेतदन्धः
न विचेतत् अन्धः becomes न विचेतदन्धः
न विचेतदन्धः
कविर्यः पुत्रस्स इमाचिकेत
कविर्यः कविर्यः
कविर्यः पुत्रस्स इमाचिकेत
कविर्यः पुत्रस्य इमाचिकेत
say one more time
कविर्यः पुत्रस्य इमाचिकेत
यस्ताविजानस्तवितुः पिता सत्
यस्ताविजानात् सवितुः पिता सत्
यस्ताविजानात् सवितुः पिता सत्
यस्ताविजानात् सवितुः पिता सत्
Very good. Okay, now let's look at the mantra. Learn the mantra. Striyas satihi
स्त्रियः सतीः स्त्रियः सतीः
ta ume pugumsa ahuhu
ता उमे पुगुंस आहुः ता उमे पुगुंस आहुः
pasyan dakshanvan
पश्यद पश्यद
sorry yeah did I say pasyan my mistake pasyadakshanvan
पश्यदक्षन्वान् पश्यदक्षन्वान्
Very good. I said na, you said na. Thank you for correcting me without correcting me. Pasyadakshanvan na vicheta dandha
पश्यदक्षन्वान्न विचेतदण्डः no पश्यदक्षन्वान्न विचेतदन्धः पश्यदक्षन्वान्न विचेतदन्धः
Yeah, I have. See, the problem is I still am not an English elite. So reading from IIST is not natural. So and these eyes are becoming weak, I guess. So sometimes those dots are missing. So, okay, I'll bring up my Telugu script. Okay. Pasyadakshanvan vicheta
पश्यदक्षन्वान्न विचेतदन्धः पश्यदक्षन्वान्न विचेतदन्धः
Kaviryah putrasa
कविर्यः
Kavirya Kaviryah Put putrassa.
Kaviryah putrassa. Kaviryah putrassa.
Himachiketa.
Imachiketa. Imachiketa.
Striya satihi ta ume pugumsa ahuhu पश्यदक्षण्वान्न विचेतदन्धः कविर्यः पुत्रः स इमा चिकेत.
Striyah satihi ta ume pugumsa ahuhu pashyadakshanvanna vichetadandhaha kaviryah putrassa imachiketa. Striyah satihi ta ume pugumsa ahuhu pashyadakshanvanna vichetadandhaha kaviryah kavir 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 I'm making it long.
Kaviryah putra. That's how you say.
Kaviryah putrassa imachiketa.
There you go. Kavirya putrassa imachiketa. If you put that F, then it will automatically, the V will control the Kavirya putrassa imachiketa.
Kaviryah putrassa imachiketa.
There you go. Now, striyas satihi. Let's look at the words. Striyaha satihi. Striyaha means stri. Stri satihi. That understood it or realized this. Realized what? The all-pervading presence of the I am. The all-pervading presence of I am, and that is present in all the beings created by the bhutas, the 5 elements that are within. I am closely associated with those beings as the all-pervading presence. So the women that realized that statement, the above statement, Tahu, those women, Ahuhu, are to be stated or declared as Pumsaha, the men. May, in my opinion. Oh, that is my opinion. that is my opinion. Whose opinion? Whose opinion? That is my opinion. What a beautiful mantra. Man, woman, gender distinction does not arise by the body, but by the state of the mind that realizes the oneness in all the beings. So there is nothing called this man and woman, business, equality, rights, all that nonsense. This is the statement that makes everyone equal. The moment you realize the oneness of everyone of this all-pervading presence of this I am, aham rudrebhirvasubhischaraamyahama adityai ruta vishvadevaihe aham mitra varudova bibharmyahamindragni aham ashvinobha. Sita jumped gun a little bit and gave away the essence of that previous one. This mantra is what? This Devi Suktam is conceived by who?
Bhagambhrini.
Bhagambhrini. Is it a man?
I believe she is a Rishini or woman.
Oh, she's the daughter of Ambrini.
Yes.
Maharishi. She is a Rishini. There are so many Rishinis that are self-realized. Lopamudra, Maitra Varuni, Bhagambhrini, Anasuya, Arundhati. So many women that are realized. Don't call them as women based on their gender. In fact, they are the men, pum saha ahuhu. They should be stated as the men. Now here, man, now don't, again, if I say don't state them as women, state them as men, means men is greater than women. No, that is not actually what the mantra is also saying. Here, pumsa here means purusha. The one who realizes the eternal, all-pervading self in all the beings will themselves be stated as the Purusha, the all-pervading themselves. This is the next level of meaning. Because the mind should be constantly taught only to see diversity, but not to be in diversity. Yes, you perceive diversity, but you should constantly tell the mind that is only perception. Go beyond that. Pasya Dakshanvan. Next mantra is actually beautiful. Another beautiful teaching here. Dakshanvan. It's okay. Pasyat Akshanvan. That is the two words. Pasyat Akshanvan. Akshanvan means having the eyes. Pashyat, the one who sees only with those eyes, the diversity. And however, is not aware, na vichetat. He is actually andhaha, blind. Pasyat akshanvan na vichetat andhaha. Having eyes, if you are only able to see, if you are unable to see, na vichetat, unable to see what is behind that seeing or what is beyond that seeing, both ways. What is seeing, what is actually seeing, is no different from what is being seen. What it is seeing, if it is not aware of what is actually seeing and what is to be seen in the scene. Pasyat akshanvan na vichetat. If there is no awareness behind what is being seen, then that person is actually blind. Andhaha. ఏమ్రా మీరంతా ఊరికే అరుణ ప్రశ్న వల్లే వేయటం కాదు. The moment you are actually just explaining the meaning and contemplating on the meaning itself, prachodayat, the mind gets illumined and theoyon of prachodayat is happening. Pasyat akshanvan na vichetat andhaha kavihi yaha putraha saha ima chiketa. Kavi, oh yes. And did we go through the next line also? Did I teach the next line? Yastha vijana savitupita sati.
We didn't chant that.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. We will also complete that because that's the complete set of mantras. Kaviryah putraha. Then yaha putraha, that son, kavihi, who is the seer, imah chiketa, of his own self in all beings, that son who is able to see kavihi, his own self in all the beings. The next will complete the meaning of the next and also chant it. Sahayaha, he who vijanat, knows himself, pitasat, is the father of savituhu, the one who gives him life. So the first set is talking about Stri, Pumsa. The next two mantras are talking about son and father. And the one who does not see in either case at all is Andhaha, the blind. So this is beautiful. Yasta vijanat savituh pitasat.
Yasta vijanat savituh pitasat.
Pitasat. Sorry. Yasta vijanat. Vijanat, vijanat. Janat means knowing. Vijanat, knowing beyond, or the supreme knowing. Yasta vijanat savituh pitasat.
Yasta vijanat savituh pitasat. Yasta vijanat savituh pitasat.
Okay, I want to check if there is a avagraha after the pita. 1 second. Pita sat, there is no, because it is pita sat, so there should be no avagraha. Chandrasekhara, please note.
Yes, sir.
There is no avagraha there. That pita and sat are two different words. Okay. Yes, okay, four lines together. Let us chant. Striya sati he ta ume pugumsa ahuhu pasya Kshan pasyadakshannvanna vicheta dandhaha kaviryah putrasa imachiketa yastavijanat savituh pita sat.
Striyas satihi ta ume pugumsa ahuhu pashyadakshanvanna vicheta dandhaha kaviryah putrasa imachiketa yasta vijanat savituh pita sat.
What time is it? This is a good place to pause. The next set of mantras are absolutely mind-blowing. So mind-blowing that this body and mind had to put many days of constant contemplation because couldn't make any sense out of them. This is the reason why if you go to an ordinary guru and ask them for the meaning, they'll say, don't worry about the meaning of Vedas, just chant. You understand? And the incredible thing is, if you actually understood the real meaning behind them, for example, suddenly you say this Gayatri is nothing but light, the danger is that they'll stop worshipping these idols. మొత్తం బిజినెస్ లేచిపోతుంది. Suddenly you say Shukrante, Anyat Jaitante, Anyat Vishurupe, Ahani Jaurivasi. And if you ask them, sir, what is the meaning of this mantra? How is it is related to Shukra Graha? And if he really knows the mantra meaning, he has to say, there is no relationship with whatsoever with that mantra and Shukra Graha. Then what will the student do? He will stop worshipping Shukra Graha. And if his livelihood is dependent, it's like doctors only. If you do something that will prevent the disease, then what will happen to all the patients? There won't be any patients. So you have to keep giving them medicine, and that medicine will cause some other side effects, and the patient will come back to be able to address those side effects. Continuous business. If you know yourself, you don't have to do anything. Why and all that, this incredible, why I got into this. Striyas Satihi, Sita posted a comment. Please go ahead, Ma, explain that.
I was just wondering if the word Stri, based on what you said, is not referring to women, but to all beings having the three gunas.
You explain to them properly. Nobody understands. Yeah, what is the explanation?
You explained many times before. STR standing for the Sattva, Tamo, Rajo gunas, and those, the I associated with the three gunas is the being with those is the Stri, not just women.
That is not my explanation. Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, she is reminding me of an experience. In the Vedas, it is said, it's a very beautiful thing to be reminded of. In the Vedas, it is said that the only Pumsa, Purusha, is the Parabrahman. Everything else is Stri only. It's a very important in this context to even go deeper understanding of this mantra. Suddenly, women should not feel, oh, if I realize the Brahman, I am greater than a man. No, no, no. Mantra is not saying that. Veda mantras will not differentiate high and low when they are talking about Parabrahman. This first you have to understand. They don't say that one Brahmana is greater than Shudra, Shudra is lower than Brahmana. All of this nonsense is not stated in the Vedas. Vedas will not say woman is greater than man, man is greater than woman, child is greater than. Exactly what it is saying. Child is not greater than son, son is not greater than father. This kind of high and low duality, Veda mantras do not teach. That is the greatest form of teaching. It will only continues to point to non-dual Brahman, the oneness. So here, Pumsa, Pumsa means man, translated in original text, should not be interpreted as Pumsa, as man. Pumsa is Purusha, which is again colloquially translated as man. So I asked Bhagavan once, Swami, they all say that only Parabrahman. What happened to myself? Only Parabrahman is the man, everybody else is the woman. How do I understand that? Is the question that I asked Bhagavan. And he beautifully explained. He said, what is the spelling of Stri in English? He asked. See, God's teaching transcends even languages. You have seen Swami, how beautifully he takes English words and explains Vedanta behind it. I don't think any super being has done that. Taking English words and giving Vedantic interpretation. So he asked me, what is the spelling of Stri in English? It is written there, no? S-T-R-I. S-T-R-I. And then Swami said, S for Sattvaguna, T for Tamoguna, R for Rajoguna, I is the unchanging self. So this I, when it is associated with Sattva, Tamo, Rajo gunas, it will become Stri. If it is devoid of these three gunas, it is remaining as the I, the Parabrahman. So therefore, I am present in the three gunas. Anubandhyosmyaham vibhu. I entered into the gunas. I am not the gunas. I entered into the gunas. So gunas got their energy from me, not the other way around. But your I is pulled by gunas. See, this is also very important shloka. Deham pranyapindriyanyapi chalam buddhincha shunyam viduhu Stri balandha jadopamastvahamiti bhranta bhrusham vadinaha Maya Vyamoha Samharine. See? Then there is this moha that is pulling, that destroys this awareness. Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye, Namaidam Sri Dakshina Murtaye. Stri Balandha Jadopamas Vakamiti, Bhranta Bhrusham Vadinaha. Vyamoha Samharini. The third line is about, then it talks about Maya as the
Maya.
Vyamoha,
माया शक्ति विलास कल्पित महाव्यामोह संहारिणे.
Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita Mahavyamoha Samharine. Thank you, Kotu. Maya Shakti Vilasa Kalpita Mahavyamoha Samharine. Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namayadam Sri Dakshinam. Interpreting that shloka, what they say, hey, what is this, sir? Shankaracharya told that Stri, Bala, Jada, all these anomalies is giving to destroy those people that believe body is the Satchidananda or the Parabrahman, etc., etc. Why did he use the word Stri? He must be a male chauvinistic pig. He is looking at ladies as under beings. No, you did not understand the word Stri. All of us are Stris only. Only physical body is distinguishing gender, but mentally we are all women only. Why we are all women? Because our self is associated with the three gunas, identified itself with the three gunas. The I, identified, associated with the three gunas, is the Stri. The I that is present in the three gunas without getting identified with it, that is Pumsa, Purusha. This is the next level of meaning of this. So there is nothing called gender-related thing here. Any person that has understood that this ever-present, all-pervading I is not associated with these three gunas or identified with the gunas. It is associated is probably a confusing word. It is not identified with the gunas, but recognizes the presence of the I in the three gunas. Gunatitaya, Gunakaraya, Gunarnavaya, Namah Shivaya. Kalakalaya, Kalatitaya, Kalarupaya, Namah Shivaya. Premarupaya, Partivasaya, Sainathaya, Namah Shivaya. Gaurinathaya, Vishwanathaya, Sainathaya, Namah Shivaya. This is the different level of sadhana. To look into the inner meaning of the every bhajan that you sing. Then you will really have the bhojan of the bhajan. You will experience the bhajan. The supreme Vedanta, even bhajan's teaching. Gunatitaya, Gunakaraya, Gunarnavaya, Namah Shivaya. Chandrasekharaya Namavom, that Bhagavan sings. Guna Sambhavaya. The one from whom the gunas have come forth. Thank you, Sita. You took 15 minutes from the class into the class now by bringing that up. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions or comments before we go to Yadakshara Padabhrashtam and close? Okay, Yadakshara Padabhrashtam plus first before people think of questions, if they can think. Hello, Sama.
ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व सा ईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व सा ईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष सा ईश्वर हरिः ओं तत्सत् श्री साई ईश्वरार्पणमस्तु.
You're all overloaded, spiritual overload today. Yeah, Srinivasa. Spiritual overload, Konchada.
Yeah, little bit of it, yes.
I can see that in your face. That's why I'm asking. What did not get through?
I have to go
Oh.
back and listen to this whole thing one more time, few times, seriously. Later.
The whole thing did not get through.
No, I have to listen to the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. One
No,
more
what
time.
have you been doing so far?
I'm listening to you, but then I think I have to comprehend this little bit more.
Anta tough gunda?
No, it's not tough. It is like um, it's there are things like some gotchas and all that. Like I have to go back and listen
Somewhat,
to it
na?
again.
Gotcha, sir.
Mm.
What
No, I
is
mean
that?
like some the thing between I mean like the last thing and also the bhajans that you kind of brought that in like Gunadhari. Like we sing these bhajans all the time, but then like we never comprehended those in the way that you have mentioned at the end. Like, and these are the things that we probably have to dig more
Oh,
into,
okay. You're talking about taking the substance and practicing it is what you have to contemplate on, is what you're
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
Okay. Not understanding the class.
Oh, no, not that.
Okay. There's a difference. That's a good feedback. Otherwise, I have to tone down and say, okay, is it way too much for people or is it way too much for people? Marie,
Sairam Shekhar garu, I want to.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Marie, Chappu. Marie, bolo.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is it too much?
Saira Mari Chapo. You said Chap.
Chappu means tell. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but like Srinivas was saying, for me, I definitely need to listen the class again to be able to understand it more. Even though I am really happy to know that in the human, everything is whatever exists in this. What Sister Sita explained, and yeah, I need to listen to the class again, of course.
Yes, you have to. It's not superficial understanding. If you really want to understand, one-time listening won't help.
And reading the transcript as well help a lot.
And reading the transcript will also help. That is seriousness in study. That is seriousness in study. You think that, oh, I understood everything in this first class. That is not truthful, because you understood superficially what the meaning of the mantra. To get into what is actually being said will require to do what is called first is Shravana. Yes, I heard it. Then Manana, I have to contemplate on it. Then I have to Nididhyasa. Then I have to be aware of it. Those are the 3 steps of a true Veda study student. Yes, I know many people watch on YouTube and they're very happy with it and doing other chores. That means they're not even in Shravana. When you join the Zoom class and you are present in the Zoom class, then because you are in the class, you are actually putting an effort to listen to the class. If you are in YouTube, 99% of the time, you are multitasking, doing something else. And those people that say, I will go back and listen to the YouTube, no, I'm not joining the classes, but I listen to the YouTube later, are the next level of student. But those that actually listen to it, go back and listen to it, read the transcript, and come to the practice session to chant the mantra themselves. They are serious students. They're actual sadhakas. They're called sadhakas. Otherwise, they're listeners, spectators. Yes, thank you, Srinivas, for clarifying that. Okay, yes, Sharma, what you are saying, sir?
Sairam Shekhar garu, what exactly the point is that there is 3 points which are touched today indirectly, but what I comprehend from what has been told, like one is Prakriti and Purusha, and second thing, relation between the individual soul and the cosmic reality, that is Jivatma and Paramatma, looks like to be that particular thing. And the universal consciousness, individual consciousness, which is propelling that our prana. That's what I have seen here. Is this my comprehension is right, or is there little more to be added to that? This is what I wanted
No,
to.
beautiful summary of the mantras that we chanted today. So the first point is what he's talking about is Prakriti and Purusha, where it is the I am is saying, but there is a subtle difference in talking about Prakriti Purusha as a duality. The mantras are not pointing out duality. That is, he is not saying that what is being talked about is only one thing. That is the one consciousness only. But what it is saying, that one consciousness entered into the creation and is present in the creation. That means there is no second thing called creation. There is only one thing, and that one thing manifested itself and entered into the creation. Very important point. That is what is called Vibhuti. In Bhagavad Gita, there is an entire chapter called Vibhuti Yoga.
Yeah.
So for real seekers, what you have to do is this entire thing that is being talked about, if you go back and read the Vibhuti Yoga, then you will get much more solid. That is what this body did. It took the word Vibhuti and went back to Bhagavad Gita and read the whole chapter of Bhagavad Gita and what Swami had said as Vibhuti in Gita Vakini again. And this is called Manana Nididhyasa. Then what it would do is it will give you more confirmation about the substance. So that is the two shlokas, the three mantras, Maya Bhutanya Yakshata, Pashavo Mama Bhutani. Those three mantras are talking about Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti Yoga is not about two things, Prakriti and Purusha. Vibhuti Yoga is only one thing, Purusha only. But it appears to be manifested as the creation. Creation is the appearance of the I am. Aham. For those of you who have learnt Devi Suktam, go back and listen and learn Devi Suktam again. Then if you go back and contemplate on Devi Suktam, those are the three mantras, that is summary of the Devi Suktam. Then the next is talking about, in this creation, then you see the relationships in the context of a creation, a gender relationship, a lineage relationship. Very beautiful Dakshinamurti Shlokam again. What is the Dakshinamurti Shlokam that talks about relationship in the creation? What Shlokam is that?
Well,
Vishwam Darpanam.
Not Vishwam Darpana. Vishwam Pashyati. That is the Vishwam Pashyati. Vishwam Pashyati. You see the creation as relative relationships. In that relative relationships, son and father relationship. Who is son? Who is father? It's not by that lineage that is determined. Kavirya Samaiche, what he's talking about? Ima Chiketa. The one who actually sees the oneness, even though by birth he may be a son, but truly speaking, he is the father. That is relationships. Then the relationship as a man-woman gender relationship. That is also being clarified. And then the last piece is going to be one who comes into this awareness. What is their status? That is what we will study tomorrow class. If you don't have consistency of coming in, you are like being left in one part of the forest, and then you come once you don't keep up with the class, you are lost. Okay, Sairam. Thank you.
Saramana,
Yeah.
just I had a thought. The mantra in Devi Kavacham where it says Chamunda Shava Vahana. So there, my understanding based on this class is that it actually represents Chamunda as the Savit or the life force, and the Shavam is basically the whole creation. So she becoming the life force behind all this creation. Can we understand like that?
Yes, without life, everything is dead. so, so without life, everything is dead. Is dead only, no? Life is the one that creates the being. Any being without life is dead. So therefore, any body is being born, B-O-R-N-E. Vahana means that which is carrying. What is actually carrying the body? Think about this. Hello, Sairam. It's a very profound thought. There is a Shava, there is a Shiva. Huh? Shava, Shiva. Soul, no, but there is no soul here. Just stay with that. There is Shava, there is Shiva. What is the difference?
NA.
When the I entered into A, all, then Shava became Shiva. When the I entered A, the all, then Shava became Shiva. This is correct. Linguistically, this is the ultimate spiritual truth. One Shivaratri Swami said this to me in the dream. He said, Miranta Shavalra, I entered into you and I play with your body for a few years. I get bored and I leave. Then suddenly this incredible thing occurred. Oh, he is carrying this body. Hey, just think about this here. Just practically think about it. Who is carrying your body? Your life. Without your life, what is the body going around? It can't go around by itself. So what is making it move? What is actually carrying the burden of carrying this body of yours? What is carrying it? It's life. So that which carries is called Vahana. Vehicle, Vahana. Shava Vahana. That which you carries this vehicle of Shava, dead body. That is what is called Shiva. And that Shiva is Chamunda. Chamunda Shava Vahana. That's what brother is connecting. See how many different ways people will connect it, but in this making this correlation, you have to be also cautious. You can't take some unrelated things and try to make sense. First connect to the mantra itself, then the mantra will open up. Oh, this is same thing in Devi Suktam. Oh, this is same thing in Bhagavad Gita. This is what Purusha Suktam is saying. This is what ultimately they're all talking about that only. Your mind feels happy that I connected to it. That's okay. And in feeling that happiness that I connected to it, you drive inspiration, and therefore you begin to expand in that connection. Ultimately, you will connect to everything that has that I in it. And that is the essence of knowing the I. Expansion is my life. My life is my message. Expansion is my life. Okay. Sri Vidya, you are saying something? No? Okay. Somebody was trying to say something. Okay. Okay. Sai Ram. Jai Sai Ram. 8:38. Samastaloka Sukhna Bhavantu. Somu. Swasti Prajabdam.
Sai Ram, Anna, sorry, Anna. What is the meaning of Ahuhu?
Statement.
Okay. So,
Statement. This is my statement. Me ahuhu. I am stating.
okay, you said these are all mantra drashtas, right, Anna? That seers of the mantra. So why Shavasva has mentioned this as or stated this as an opinion?
That is his statement.
Statement.
Ahuhu. I am stating. I am saying. I am declaring. It's a declaration. Ahuhu means a declaration. Why Shavashva is saying? Baji Sai went to a beautiful movie and then she came out and she said, "This is a beautiful movie. I am declaring it. Go see. Everybody go see." Why does Baji do that?
Because of the experience she has.
Because of the experience she has and she wants to
spread, expand, or
share the same
share
experience, and by sharing she is caring. And this Rishi who has experienced this oneness, and he said, "Hey, you know what? The one who is actually goes beyond these three gunas, that is the real Purusha. This is my statement. I understood this now. I'm very happy." Yes.
Thank you.
Ahuhu means statement, declaration. Okay. Soma.
स्वस्ति प्रजाप्य परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महीषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Jai Boluda. Enna breakfast இல்லையா? No feeding, no breakfast.
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
அப்படியா? என்னடா ஜெய் போலோடா. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
जय
Jai Ram.